So let me get this. Let me situated right quick. Give me a second. Salaki, give me a second, y'all. Let me get this figured out. Salaki for the Salaki for the technical difficulties. Y'all bear with me 1 second while I get everything back situated. All right, Most High in Christ. I believe we back on Facebook too. Let me just check to make sure real quick. Make sure we back up. All right, look like we back up. All right, Most High in Christ. Yeah, so, it's like, don't go spreading lies and rumors because all that's going to do is cause discord amongst each other. Like, we already know that Christ didn't die for that. Christ died for the brotherhood. Christ taught brotherhood. Christ didn't teach, oh, let's lie on this girl so that I could tell my friend that she want to fight her so that they can go fight. Y'all remember back in the day where they were like, if you love your mama, put your hand on the hot dog stand, and then y'all be standing right there. You put your hand on that. She put your hand. Now they fighting. Y'all like that's not right. The only reason why y'all standing there in a damn circle talking about put your hand on the hot dog stand is because he say, she say. She say that you want to fight her because of this. I ain't say that. Nah, you said that. You want to fight? I want to fight. And then this person is like, they don't have no understanding. It's like, oh, you told me, she told me you want to fight, so I want to fight. I don't care what you say. I want to fight. Put your hand on the hot dog stand. So now y'all fighting. When over a lie and a rumor, it's childish. It's very childish. And like right now, we in the time that we don't need to be childish. Like I know y'all see what's going on in the earth. You understand what I'm saying? The earth is in an uproar. We're being plagued with the Lord is plaguing this place with the coronavirus, and I'm talking about it's only getting worse. They got a new strain that's way more contagious than the first one. It was in the UK, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Now it's already here in the US. Like it's spreading already fast. It's contagious. Like it's way more contagious than the first one. So now, like you thinking a damn mask, like now it's gonna be you got to take extra precautions. You understand what I'm saying? And it's only gonna get worse from here because the Lord ain't playing with us, man. That's all it means. It means the Lord is not playing with us, and we need to get ourselves together before it's time. So guess what? Spreading, being a talebearer amongst your people is not going to help the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? It's only going to make things worse. Now is the time where we need to be trying to get each other to come together, even against resistance. Our people going to look at us strange. Our people going to look at us and fight back like, no, man, what you talking is you preaching that hate. And no, that ain't this and that ain't that. You still got to have mercy. And you still got to try to, we got to do our part by at least telling them what's right and what's wrong according to the Bible. If they don't listen, you can't force it. But at least you said, I told you. All right. I mean, I'm leaving it at that. I respect your wishes. I'm going to leave it at that. But guess what? When Christ come back, now all of a sudden, now you can't say, well, you ain't tell me this. No, I told you. I tried to warn you. Don't look at me crazy now. Like, when Christ busts through the clouds, you're going to look at me. We're going to look at each other. You're going to look at me. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to see what you, like, I'm going to be like, you looking like this, like you done seen a ghost. I told you. I told you it was going to happen. It ain't nothing I can do for you now because it's too late. Don't let it be too late. Like Christ said it best when he brought out the parable of the 10 virgins and the one bridegroom. And he said 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. 5 kept extra oil for their lamps. The foolish ones didn't. So guess what? When it was time, their lamps needed to be trimmed again. Well, the 5 wise ones had backup oil. So their lamps stayed on the whole night. So they was good. They didn't have to go all the way back to get no more oil. But the 5 foolish ones did. Those 5 foolish ones are equivalent to our people today that are not listening to us. No different from the people back in Noah days, when Noah was just going to and fro, prophesying and telling the people what's going to happen. The Lord is going to destroy this place. The Lord is going to destroy this place. You need to get yourself right. You need to get yourself right. The Lord is going to destroy this place. Prophecies are happening. Things are being fulfilled. People still like, man, what the hell that dude? You know that dude Noah, he be talking that nonsense, man. Don't be listening to him. He be tripping like, I don't know what he talking about. And then next thing you know, guess what? Noah said, all right, no sweat. The Lord ordered him to stand down from going out warning these people, and he ordered him to build that ark. He built the ark on the middle of dry land. What's it like? Think about in the world. Y'all know how, y'all want to know how people look at us as priests and prophets in this truth? When we outside, when we on the corner teaching and camp and stuff like that, y'all want to know how they look at us? Imagine Noah building this big old giant ship on the middle of dry land. Out of nowhere. Just in the middle of dry land. Think about how foolish he looked to the people. They walking by him like, what the hell's wrong with this dude? This dude building he got a whole damn ship right here in the middle of nowhere. What is he doing? Ain't that supposed to be on water? It's a big ship, too. He got the animals. I see him getting the animals together and stuff. What the hell going on? Something wrong with that dude. That dude, he lost his mind. He out of there. We're going to stay away from Noah. Noah tripping. He be preaching that. He be preaching that Bible and stuff. Not that, of course, he didn't have the Bible at the time, but I'm trying to get y'all to see how they look at us. And hey, man, that dude over there, he be teaching, because they'll call me our government. He over there teaching that Bible, man. He really kind of throw it off, man. Don't listen to him. You see them out there on the corners. I think they looking retarded. They looking like Power Rangers. You know, they talk about us. But guess what? They talked about Noah too. And what happened? That damn water started rising. That water started rising. That rain started coming, and they ain't let up. And y'all know how Houston flood. Y'all know when that what was that hurricane that stayed over there on was it Conroe? Was Harvey? Was that Harvey? Or was it after Harvey? Harvey was it Harvey? What was the one that hit? I mean, that was pretty much us. Well, it just rained like it just harbored over. It really hit. I think it got Corpus the worst though. Was it Corpus? I think it got Corpus the worst. It could have been Harvey. I can't really remember, but it was like the last major one that we had. It kind of like got stuck over a period of time in that one little area, and rain. And it flooded on us, but it didn't get too bad for us in Houston, but it got real bad for Corpus. I think it was Harvey. So just like how that flood, how it just kept raining and relentless. Remember, it rained for how long? Who can remember how long it rained when the flood came? Huh? Say it. You can see. You don't need mic. 40 days and 40 nights. Just imagine. So it's raining. Now all of a sudden, that retarded dude that built that boat on the middle of dry land, he ain't looking so retarded no more. So now the water up to my hips, I'm looking at that boat like, man, I need to be on that thing right there. I sure could use that boat right about now. My house is going underwater. That boat is big enough to help, you know what I mean? But now you're knocking on the side of the ark. Hey, Mr. Crazy Man, let me in. And he looking out the little window, because, you know, they made windows, and he looking down like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He going to wave at you. And you going to be out there, and then he going to watch you get in the water and until your last little breath that you take before you go underwater, and you're going to drown. And that's what's going to happen now. While the priests and prophets, you think we look silly, you call us Power Rangers, you say what we talking is stupid, you say that we don't know what we're talking about. Well, guess what? Don't listen to us. Because guess what? When Christ come back and he busts through them clouds, I want you to keep the same energy. Keep that same energy, that YOLO, you only live once, and I'm living my best life, like Duval, living my best life. Like you're gonna be that, you can do it all in the club, and next thing you know, when Christ come, you're gonna keep that same energy, keep partying, because it's gonna be too late then. The priests and prophets have warned you. And it's nothing to be, like, don't be afraid to seek the knowledge of the truth. It's just, you have to change your life. You understand? All the things that we grew up learning, it was just wrong. And you have to come to the realization of that. That's it. You just have to come to the realization, look, how I was taught was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And now I have to learn the true ways. Like at some point, you got to wake up and say, something don't seem right about the way I was learning things. Like some just seems like I just supposed to take everything that since I was a baby, you just telling me this and telling me that and telling me my history. Like I want to do my own research. Let me find out on my own. Let me actually see what this is talking about. You have to get to a point where you have to open up your mind to be able to receive knowledge and information, especially if it's in the Bible, and especially if you got men of the Lord teaching you and proving it in the Bible. At some point, you got to be like, you know what he's saying that is true. So okay, like you know what I mean? Like what? Like sometimes a lot of people just say I don't want to listen just because they have no merit to stand on. They have no reason. Because anybody that have to want to challenge us, we challenge them. Tell them, okay, you don't believe what we say? Well, how about you state your premise? I have the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And if you can prove me to be wrong, I will follow whatever you follow. If you can prove whatever you follow to be right and mine to be wrong, I will gladly put this Bible down and follow that if you can prove it. But I can prove the Bible. We can prove the Bible, not me. I was a Hamanah. I actually became the commander general hunter. We can prove the Bible to be right. So, I mean, that's why we stand firm on this. So that's what this is all about, man. You had some. What was that? Salaki, I be getting. Y'all know I get sidetracked sometimes. What was that? The talebearer. So don't go gossiping among your people, man. Don't go gossiping about your brothers and sisters. Go to them and them alone. You got a problem, if you want to say something about them, be a woman and go to them. Don't be scared, because I look at that as you being afraid. You scary. Because I ain't never been the type of dude that can't go to, like if I had an issue and I needed to say something about a brother or, even when I was in the world, if I had something to say about him, I'm going to go to him. And it's either one or two things going to happen. Either you're going to have a problem with it, we're going to fight, or you're going to respect the fact and you just going to either leave me alone or whatever the case, or we're going to talk it out and figure it out or what. But either or, you're going to respect me one way or another. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and we can fight it out, and you're going to respect me after. Or, hey, you could just not deal with me no more. And we can agree to just go separate ways. But either or, if I had an issue, I'm going to go to you. I don't like doing all that. I don't do all that. Hey, man, that dude, man. Nah, bro. And biblically, that's why I love this Bible, because in the Bible it tells you to go to that person. Be a man, be a woman. Stand your ground. Go ahead. You got some, keep reading.
Kana. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. Mm-hmm. I am the Lord. Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
So now, you gotta correct your brothers, man. Like when you see, that's why we be on the corner crying aloud and spare not. We don't care about your feelings. If you out there walking around in some damn hoochie shorts, I'm gonna tell you, sis, you need to cover your behind. Nobody want to see that. Now, are we men? Yes. Is a woman beautiful? Yes. But at the end of the day, you should care about yourself and cover your body. You shouldn't want everybody to see what you have. Like, how are you valuable when everybody can see it? You mean nothing. I'm going to tell you right now. If I see a woman, like when I be seeing women on pictures on Facebook and stuff like that, if half your body is showing, I don't give a damn how many times you say you single, I would never look at you as someone I could be with. Ever. And then the women that always talk about, oh, I don't want to be sexualized and don't be coming at me like that. Why are you wearing this stuff? How can you expect a man not to sexualize you? How can you expect a man not to look at you as somebody that he can just have sex with and throw away? When all you're doing is showing, he can't look at you as a wife, wifey material. You done showed the whole world your damn cracks and crevices. You done showed the whole earth that. So why in the hell would I want to wife you when they got your pit, like they going to bed every night thinking about what they just saw today, which was your behind doing the Bust It Challenge. They just saw you busting it open for the whole goddamn social media network, and now you think you wifey material? Come on, man. It don't work like that. Would you, like that? That's not no. Busted challenge supposed to be for your man in the home or wherever y'all at in privacy. That's what the busted challenge is for. You supposed to bust it open for him and him alone. Right. He don't like. Listen, you want to dance? You can dance all goddamn day. Like you can dance. What was that? The speaker knockers? What do you say? Dance, 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 dance. Like you can dance all goddamn day for me if you want to. If you just want to dance, you can dance. Dance like a stripper. What you know what I'm saying? Them damn songs. If you want to dance like a stripper, do it for me and me alone. Or else you're gonna be looked at as a whore. You're gonna be sexualized. No man is gonna want to wife you, and that's it. That's what your life is gonna consist of. So don't be depressed. Don't be sad. Just accept it, because you want to be a whore. Or you want to, even if you're not having sex with multiple men, you've shown your body off. So now a man can't value you. You know your stock rises when you cover up. When you stay covered up, your stock rises. Because now that curiosity factor kicks in. Now a man is like, man, I wonder, I bet she got, ooh, I bet she. That's all you can say, I bet. I bet she can, but he can never say, I saw it. But he can keep wondering. I don't give a damn if you have 1 million men wondering, but if I get the prize, that's all that matters. They can wonder all day, but I got the prize. That's where your value rises. And then you have the nerve to want a man to do this, do the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L, M, N, O, P for you. But you didn't devalue yourself. That's why I would never raise my daughters to do that. Like from little girls, my daughters are gonna cover up, because guess what? I want that dowry. I'm trying to keep that. I'm trying to keep the value high. I need all the increase. You understand what I'm saying? If they start revealing themselves, then guess what? It slowly that stock start to crash. You know, like the Bitcoin, the stock market start crashing on you. Now it's like, dang, I gotta hurry up and sell before I go broke. That's what happens. You keep that stock up. That's why Rachel was, listen, what did Jacob do? What man, listen, this woman had to be the baddest thing walking at this time. Right. This man worked 14 years. 14, man, listen, I had a job, I think the longest job I ever kept was maybe like 2 years. Like, I'm just saying, that was tough. I mean, goddamn, keeping a job for 5 years is tough. Like we working here. Like, how long you been on your job, Ron? 6 years. 6 years. It's been a long 6 years, ain't it? How long you been on your job, y'all? A year. But how long you been doing? Like, okay, what was the longest job you had? 5 years. How long was that? That was a big chunk of your life to that job. That was like blood, sweat, and tears. After 5 years, I need a few promotions. Think about 14 years. That's a whole goddamn 14 years. Damn. That's a quarter of my life. Damn near. That man worked 14 years for one woman. That means she had to been back. Listen, she had to stay covered up. And guess what, sisters? You can be fine as hell covered up. You cover yourself up, you put a dress on, you can be the baddest thing walking in a dress. A man can see your beauty with a dress on. He can see your beauty covered up. You don't have to reveal everything for a man to see your beauty, sis. That comes from attention. You just want to be noticed. You just want attention, and guess what? You're going to get all the wrong attention. So don't complain when you get it. Don't complain about men all in your inbox saying that they trying to bust it open for you. Sending you pictures that you don't want to see. Don't get mad. You can't get mad and then you want to expose them. What's this? You was just doing the budget challenge. What you think? That man, that's all he can think about in his mind. He wants you to bust it for him. And so does all these other thousands of dudes that's on your friends list. They want you to bust it for them too. So you're going to get 1,000 pictures in your inbox of rods. Don't do the budget challenge then. All right? Go ahead. Where we at with time? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
What is that saying? Anybody? Let me see something. Read it again.
Kanawakan. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not avenge nor hold a grudge against the children of thy people. You know how we look at our oppressors and all these other heathens? We bear a grudge against them because of the atrocities that they've committed against us over the course of 400 plus years, right? Y'all put the cat down. Let the cat do his thing. Over the course of 400 plus years, we've went through so much stuff. So guess what? We hold grudges against these people. Well, our people we could never do half, not even a fraction of what the enemy has done to us, to each other. We can't even do a fraction of that to each other. That's why when I see black people talk about black on black crime, it's really stupid to me. How you gonna talk to me? You black. You talking about black on black crime when you should understand the oppression and why we commit why we do the things we do. We do what we do. We kill each other. We sell drugs to each other. We do that because we are in the ghettos of America, poor, downtrodden. We're oppressed. So that's why we do it is it an excuse? No. Should we do it to each other? No. That's why we teach against that. That's why we teach brotherhood. But you can't talk to me about black on black crime. If you black, you should understand. Instead, you should be looking at the reason why we do black on black crime, which is the enemy. The enemies put us in these conditions. That's why we have black on black crime. So guess what? Don't hold no grudge against your people. Now, if your people has done a pastor molested you, you don't have to forgive them in the sense to go to them and say, I forgive you and all of that. You know what forgiveness would be? You just never say nothing to them. Never say nothing to them again, but don't kill them. Don't kill them or don't have your people kill them. That's forgiveness because you letting them live. You allowing them to live and you allowing the Lord's judgment to come upon them. We know a pastor we know the pastor, the Pope. Do you know how many boys the Pope that molested? You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Forgiveness is not always going to that person and saying, I forgive you, and being cool and cordial with them again. Forgiveness sometimes is, you know what? I'm going to let you live. I'm going to let you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see them, you don't shoot them in the head. That's forgiveness. Let the Lord deal with that. Don't hold no grudge against them. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what, and I'm using that as an extreme term. Cause the reason why I'm using that as the standard, because most stuff that we go through with each other is most likely less than that. It's not going to be, it might be, you stole some money from me 5 years ago. You know what, bro? I ain't even tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you obviously needed that, bro. I'm doing good now. The Lord has blessed me. So you got it. You had that. You got that little $20. You finessed me. It's cool, bro. I ain't going, it's all good. Now, I ain't got to be buddy with you, but I forgive you. You understand? Don't hold no grudge. Don't avenge. That's why I said don't avenge. Don't go, this man stepped on your shoe in the club. You got your Jordans. I mean, I understand they the new Jordans. I know they cost, the $500? I understand, bro. He got a scuff mark on him. But guess what? He don't need to lose his life because of that. You don't need to go outside the club and now y'all fighting because, a fight, everybody know how it go, like, especially like Carols or, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how Carols be. A fight can easily turn into a gunfight. And somebody can lose their life. An innocent person can lose their life all because this man stepped on your shoes. Let that man make it. Now, you can go up to him, hey, bro, you just stepped on my shoes. You done messed my shoes up, bro. Like, what's up? And he gonna be like, oh man, my bad, bro. That was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Or depending on how you come at him, it might be, man, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? You could be like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta prove you're a tough guy. You know what you done did in life. Like, I know what I done did. I done had fights, so I done lost fights, but I know what I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a fight. Like, like anybody had a fight with me, it's gonna be a hell of a fight on their hands. They gonna walk away from that fight like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Like, this ain't even if they won, it's gonna be like, we ain't gotta do this no more, bro. You feel me? Like, we cool, bro. It's all good. Like, so at the end of the day, we have to understand that there's a greater cause. We have to look beyond ourselves. Stop being selfish. There's a bigger purpose. Let's brotherhood, man. These are life skills. It could take you far. You could either lose your life before you turn 25, or you can follow the scriptures and you can live a long and plentiful life. You know what I'm saying? According to how it's like, as long as you can live. You know what I'm saying? According, like, considering our conditions, but you don't want to die before you turn 25. We just like what was it? Mo 3, King Von, XXX, all of them lost their life. I think what XXX or whatever his name is, XXX was like what 19 or something, 21 or like 20. Trippy Red, all it like they are losing their life young at a young age. Not Trippy Red, y'all know what I'm talking about, the dude that died on the plane, killed Juice WRLD, yeah. They dying early, they dying young. You know what I'm saying? And a lot now, Pop Smoke getting killed at a young age. Why? Because guess what? You're not following this Bible. You want to live your best life, and in return, you're not living a long life at all. You're living a short life. So, in order to live plentiful, you're gonna, it's like you have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible, and just live by this moral compass. Have some morals about yourself. If you wanna have on, if you wanna dress like, a hoochie or whatever, do it for your man. You can walk around like that. I would encourage you to walk, as long as there ain't no kids home. I would encourage you to walk around the house like that. You want to entice your man every now and then. Keep that spark. You understand what I'm saying? You got a brother in this school, listen, he going to tie fire. You're going to get what you're asking for. You walk around the house like that, you are going to get what you're asking for. That attention that you're seeking, you're going to get it. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be seeking that from everybody. Keep that in the home. Keep it private. Keep yourself covered up. And in return, you'll be valuable. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
You see, now that's going back to what, is reiterating what we already talked about as far as the diverse fabrics. It's all about dealing business with your brother righteously. It's reiterating that. Keep going.
Neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee. Mm-hmm. And whosoever lieth carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid, betrothed to an husband.
Where we at?
Verse 20.
Go to 23.
Verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. Mm-hmm. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you. It shall not be eaten of. 24. But in the 4th year all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise the Lord withal. Mm-hmm. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, and it may yield unto you the increase thereof.
Even when you deal with the earth, you want to deal with the earth accordingly. Sometimes the earth need breaks. You like the oppressor come in here and he take over things. He cut all the trees down. He don't give a damn about this earth and the people that inhabit it. Everybody understands that, right? The white man is diabolical. They are the devil that the Bible speak of. They don't care about the earth yielding. They're gonna work. They're gonna milk the earth of its resources till it just can't yield anything anymore. Everybody understands. That's why it ain't nothing growing over there to Israel. That's why you got stuff. It's desolate over there in a lot of places. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're gonna milk the earth of all the natural resources. They don't give it no chance to breathe or to rejuvenate. None of that. They just if a little baby grape pop up out of there, they're gonna take that too before it could even. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like right now in that land that ain't growing nothing, if a little orange just come up out the ground, they're gonna hurry up and pick it before it can even. Oh my God, an orange came. Here it is. Boom. They got technology where they got 24-hour surveillance on it. So if anything grow up, we gonna get it. Because they don't care about letting the earth replenish. Just like they work us to death, they're going to work the earth to death. You understand? That's why, what's that precept? Give me the precept where it says, ask the, what is it? Ask the trees or ask the, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Come.
Let me get this precept real quick. Ask the fishes of the sea and all of that. Ask the fishes, and they shall tell thee. Something like that.
I think that's it.
I think it's like ask the. Let me see. Salakia. Ask the trees. Let me see if I can find it. Job 12:7. Yeah, get Job chapter 12, verse 7.
Con. This is the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Verse 8. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Mm-hmm. You see that? Go back, read it from the top again, Salakia.
Con. Verse 7. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee.
Right. So, but ask now the beast. They're going to tell you that the white man is the devil, because we got endangered animals. Same thing with the fish. You ask the fish, they're going to listen. The fish can't even really multiply like they supposed to because they killing them off. They just hunters. They don't care. They don't regard the beast. They don't regard the fish. They don't regard the life of that. The scripture said a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, right? Well, they don't regard the life of theirs. They don't care. They molest their animals. Go ahead.
Con. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee.
You see that? Speak to the earth, and they shall teach thee. Now go back to where we was just at in verse 23. It says, speak to the earth, and they shall teach thee that the white man is the devil, man. Because they don't give it a time to heal, and so that it can replenish and bear fruit like it's supposed to.
Come. Verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of fruit thereof as uncircumcised, Salakia, all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised.
Meaning you should look at it as, you should act like it's unclean. Just treat it like it's unclean, meaning what? Don't eat it, right? Because you can't eat unclean food. So you treat that fruit it says, then you should count the fruit thereof uncircumcised. If you just moving into the land, this was back in the law is when you go into the new land with the new trees and the new, fruit and stuff, don't touch that fruit. That fruit is unclean unto you. It's like, look at it as unclean, as uncircumcised. Keep going.
Con. Unto you it shall be not eaten of.
3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you, meaning for 3 years you shouldn't touch that fruit. It should be as uncircumcised. Go ahead. That'll give it time. And what you notice, you know how like fruit and stuff grow in the trees. What happens after it gets ripe and after the seasons change for so long? What'll happen? It'll grow on the tree and do what? Go ahead, Junior. It will fall out the tree, right? And then new fruit will grow. So it'll do that for a time. It's cleansing itself. Does that make sense? It's like replenish. It's like it'll grow. That whatever fruit was on that tree is going to fall off, rot in the earth, or whatever the case is going to be. New fruit going to grow. And over the course of these 3 years, this is going to happen a few times, with the seasons changing. In the fall, everything be falling off the trees. and then it comes back in the spring and stuff, and grows back, right? So it's gonna do that for 3 years. Then that fruit you can eat. So that other fruit, it was like uncircumcised unto you, because you moving into a new land where these people had it at first. Ain't no telling what they were doing. They might not even gave it no break. So you want to give the earth a chance to replenish. It's also a precept. We ain't gonna have to go to it, but it's also a precept where you're supposed to give the earth, I think, 7 years before you till the land again or something like that. It's to just give the earth a break. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Okay, so we good on that. In 25 it says, in the 5th year shall you eat the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Lord your God. Verse 26, you shall not eat anything with the. Okay, so like it. Go to verse 26. Yeah, read that.
Come, verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
So now, what is this talking about? Is this saying that you can't get a steak and the steak is bleed, and you can't just go cook that steak and goddamn, you know what I'm saying, eat that steak? Is that what it's saying? Because meat do bleed when you cook it. The chicken be bleeding in the grease while you're frying it. So you can't eat the chicken now? Is that what they're saying? What is it saying? Read it again.
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
Exactly. So now, think about that whole scripture in a whole and answer the question. What does it mean when it's talking about you shouldn't eat anything with the blood? And then think of the whole scripture in a whole. You had something, Junior, you want to say? Anybody want to give it a try? You want to give it a try, Yanni? Go ahead.
Don't eat it raw.
Huh?
Don't eat it raw.
That's why I say read the whole scripture. Read it one more time for me, Ron.
Come. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
Neither shall you use enchantment. That's the key phrase. Don't eat anything with the blood, neither shall you use enchantment. Or what the last part of it is?
Nor observe times.
Nor observe times. Think about, okay, like Africans. How do Africans deal with their stuff? Like, how do they eat their food? And like, what they be eating? Like, they be eating the booty of the cow. Right. They be blowing the booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Of the cow, man. Like, they don't give a damn about the meat. They will sit there and they will cut off a leg of the cow, skin it up, its blood is raw. They got it right in the middle of the damn. They put a little tree stump right here. They put it in the middle of the tree stump, and they start dancing around, doing all this weird stuff, right? They be doing, and then they got the damn, what them things where they be spit. They be doing, darts and stuff, spit darts. They do all that little ritual, you know what I'm saying? They run around slapping their chest and, slapping each other on the butt and doing all type of whatever the hell they doing a ritual and enchantment around the damn meats and stuff like that. That's what this is talking about. Like, you are being it's like you practicing things the heathen nation, like doing what they doing. Like you didn't conjure up spirits with the damn meat. Then you eat it raw with the blood because it's a part of the ritual. You understand, right? That's not how you're supposed to eat food. You don't supposed to eat food as a part of a damn ritual or sacrifice. You understand? Everybody, you got me wrong? I just want to make sure you got it too for teaching purposes. Like, it's not talking about eating meat with the blood like, you cook, because you're going to cook the blood, like food it's coming from an animal. You understand? As long as that animal didn't die of itself and it's a clean animal, you can eat it. So it got to get cut. It got to get cooked. It's going to bleed. That's not what it's talking about. That's why it uses neither shall you do any enchantments, because it's like a ritual. Now this piece of meat has become a sacrifice unto a god, right, or some type of it's a different meaning from this meat now. You see what I'm saying? From what you're doing to it. That's just like put it up. It's no difference from, and I don't want to see it no more for the rest of the night. It's no different from Thanksgiving dinner, right? That food that you're eating on Thanksgiving, you're eating that food at the expense of the bloodshed of the Native American Indians.
Right.
That's what that is. Even though you're not going over there with the intent of, oh, I'm going to eat this because I'm happy these Native Indians got killed on this day or they died. You know, that's not what your intentions are because you don't know. That's why the scriptures say in Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You're destroyed. You don't even know that these Native Indians were slaughtered. Well, you do know it because they teach you in school. They give you a politically correct history on it, lesson on it, so you don't really know that millions and millions were slaughtered at the expense of this meal that you're eating. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care if you're going over there just for family time or you just hungry. You just want a plate. You hungry. You ain't ate all week, and you know it's going to be a bunch of food. Well, guess what? You going over there eating that food is at the expense of the bloodshed from your people, man. So don't eat that food. Those presents that you putting under the tree, that's really sacrifice to a god. It's a pagan god. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what the history books won't tell you. The schools won't tell you that. They won't tell you that you're actually worshiping a homosexual god at that for Christmas. It's actually multiple gods that you worship on Christmas when you put those presents under a tree. Why? Think about it. Why the hell do you got to put a present under a tree just to get it, to open it, and let it sit there until the one day that you open it? You're really giving that gift to that God when you're putting it under that tree. That's what you're really doing. Because otherwise, you could just buy the stuff out the store, give it to the child right then. Huh? You want a scooter? Huh? I'm going to buy it for you. Here you go right now. Why you got to put it under a tree as a gift? You're presenting that gift to the tree. Well, that tree represents a God. Like, you just got to do your history. All right? So that's what it means. Don't eat the blood. Like, don't do any enchantments. Now, let's go to verse 27. We're going to speed through these last couple ones.
Verse 27.
Matter of fact, we're going to stop right there. We're going to start right there. We're going to pick back up on this next week because this is actually a good topic. I don't want to go into that part because that's going to be something good to talk about next week. All right, so with that, we're going to stop it right there. Make sure that you guys be ready for the Passover coming up. You understand? $200 per person. Listen, it's going to be an absolute glorious movie that we're going to make for the Passover. What I mean by that is, if you're not here, I don't know what to tell you because it is going to be absolutely beautiful to see all the brothers and sisters in one place having a wonderful time, eating some wonderful food, and enjoying the brotherhood and sisterhood, drinks, whatever you're going to have. It's going to be wonderful. It never fails. We haven't had Passover in we didn't miss the whole year, so it's been a whole year since we haven't had Passover. So this one going to be the big shebanger. We're going to try to make it that anyway. All right, so make sure y'all, preparing yourselves for that, getting your garments, getting your dresses, getting your $200. You should have, with the stimulus check, you should have already gone ahead and paid that. You know what I'm saying? Got that about the way, so you ain't even got to worry about that. Make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord and the ISUPK. www.isupk.com. Click the donation link. Pay your tithes. That tithes is 10%. That is the Lord's money. 10% of any increase that goes into the Lord, man. You pay your tithes to the real priests and prophets that's actually doing the service. You understand? That's the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. That's again www.isupk.com. Click the donation link. Pay your tithes. Also, we have the Feast of Purim coming up. I believe that's February 23rd. What's the Purim, Ron? Is it 23rd?
February 25th and 26th.
February 25th and 26th, the Feast of Purim. You understand? We will be here in the building, 7701 Belfort Avenue, Houston, Texas, 77061. You understand what I'm saying? 7701 Belfort Avenue, Houston, Texas, 77061. That's on February 23rd through 25th. We're going to be here for those, for the Feast of Purim. Make sure you're here. With that, I believe that's all the announcements that I need to make. Any other questions in the room? We good? All right, with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Officer Ron for the security announcements.
We are the ISUPK, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Roof for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Mayasharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is Purim, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which is Thursday, February 25th, and Friday, February 26, 2021. Out of the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And those are the security announcements. We got one more announcement, brothers and sisters. Google search the school and request directions prior to departure to school. Once arrived, click the website button, and if you have pictures, you can upload them now. Also, you can also call the Google number. That concludes all announcements.
All right, with that, Amajim, which means to stand. We're going to go ahead and salute out. We're going to salute the brothers first. Men of Israel, Madin Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yazmatah, Sar. We're going to salute the sisters. Men of Israel, Madin Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Latah Hashem Yahushua. Yazmatah, dismissed.